Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? Sam, nothing new that I know of other than striking people on it's her latest YouTube antics. But that's not what I'm here to discuss today. I'll leave that to the people uh, who have been struck. Um, that I'm sure are gonna fight it, because why wouldn't you? Anyway, hello, sugar and spice and not so nice. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Jenny Lee. Butterfly kisses. My kitty of chaos. Hello. Thank you so much for modding. Sam, hello. Welcome, everybody. I am glad to see you. Um, I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes before I start to pull the documents up. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Boomer. Good to see you. I hope everybody's having a good Thursday. My Thursday has been well, I put out a video a little while ago, just a 4-minute clip, and then I didn't proof it before I hit send. I thought it was the way I wanted it, and of course, there was like an entirely huge mistake at the end of it with my little foo-foo things that I throw on there were all mistimed and out of line, and it was really bugging me. So I privated it, and I started fixing it, but I'm gonna finish fixing it after I do this live. Hello, Jackie. So I know a few people watched it and were probably like, what the hell is this mess at the end of it? Because from the salami onwards, it was a mess. Maybe more than that I just didn't catch. So I'll be going back and fixing. And let's see. So basically, the reason I decided to do a live on this is I'm going to pull up a few different police reports from Momo, from Maria, that she is on all of these reports. There's a few things that they'll have in common that you'll see. I know at least one of the reports you guys have seen. In fact, we just saw it a few weeks ago, maybe even a week ago. The way these lives go, it's hard to say, and I can't even remember. Hi, Joe. It's good to see you. And I can't even remember what channel. It might have been Siwa's, might have been Jules, might have even been Star and Mims, actually. Um, on the first report that I'm pulling up, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's really long. I'm just going to cover the highlights of it, and then I'm going to go into um, the next two or three reports. Some of you have, I know some of you have seen at least one. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the other two. I had not seen the other two. And then the last one is that I'm going to show is the police report that she filed on me a year ago. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So I hope you stick around, and I will go ahead and get these pulled up. Now it's the first time I'm sharing the screen all by myself. I hopefully have mastered how to do it. I just am not real sure on sharing full length streams yet and talking about those, but one step at a time, whatever. So let's see if this works. Look at that. I pulled something up that's very hard to read. Some of you might just identify it by the many paragraphs and just the style. Nikki probably has seen this a bunch. and a few of you. This is the police report that was filed on what was to be Maria's hopeful claim to 5 minutes of fame. Uh, she, I guess, had invited Muhammad to live with her. I think is my understanding, after he had left Danielle Jabali up in Ohio, and he had come down to Florida to Miami, and I believe Maria and Carlos might have lent him a couch to sleep on. So while he was there, basically the producers and I don't know how much Maria was involved, but uh, they decided to manufacture a scene. They let Danielle know where he was. Well, basically, that he was at an apartment in Miami. They didn't say it was Maria's because they wanted her to be shocked. Um, Everybody knows he lied on the TV show. He said that Danielle discovered where he lived because of the bank accounts and the bank statements. But it was actually because production told her, and they wanted her to be surprised. Maria had bought this, from my understanding, this amazing red dress, and she was so excited. And her and Mohammed were all mic'd up, and I don't know if Carlos was mic'd up or not. Um, and then Danielle gets to the door. She sees Maria, and I guess Maria is her ex friend at this point, because at some point before they had been friends. And Joe, what is going on? Oh no, Hurricane Fiona. Yeah, oh gosh, in Nova Scotia. I was wondering where you were when I saw you talking about it the other day. I am so sorry. I'm down in Florida. I can relate to the the bracing and the fright of those. Stay safe. PJ. She was on a couple of nights ago, I believe. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Jade. Jade, thank you for coming. That's cool. I don't. You'll be fine. Enjoy. Um. So let's see. Where was I? So anyway, Danielle had gotten to the door, saw Maria, and they decided to take it outside. At that point, Maria was no longer in the scene. She was never in the scene. Any part that she might have had was cut, if any at all. So that was where they'd gone outside. They argued. The police were then called, and when the police were called at that point, found out that it had all been manufactured, um, and gave them a warning, basically not to do any TV scenes where you're manufacturing fake cop calls and so forth, and not letting the cops know, and gave them all a warning. So basically, for the purpose of creating false drama for the show, they could be held accountable if they did it again. I don't know if Maria honestly was anywhere a part of that, but it's just funny that that was possibly, well, at least into this community, one of the first times the police had possibly surrounded her, and the drama of things going on in the community. Um, so that's basically what this police report is about. And yeah, PJ, I guess their hours are so different, and Momo needs to vent more than Anne. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. On to the next slide. Okay, this slide I need to pull up on my device so I can read it properly. Should have had it ready. Okay, this one on the very top. Um, this was open and active case out of Miami-Dade on March 6th of 2021, at 9:34 a.m. Uh, Actually, let me ask you guys a question. Do you remember um, what Maria said when her windows were destroyed on her car? I guess she had said that somebody shot him out, is what I had heard. And then the rumor was that Mofongo had done it, and then she was denying that, but then people were saying that she had said that before, and we know that she likes to, prime example of her just flipping the switch on her narrative is, the things going on with JY right now. So, um, this is a report at 9:30 in the morning where they went to, I believe they might have gone to her job. I'm not sure. Uh, but it says they called for reporting vandalism to a vehicle. Upon arrival, contact was made with the registered owner. The victim, Miss Vega, advised that during listed dates and times, unknown subject maliciously and intentionally smashed the rear window of her listed vehicle. There was no other information available at this time. They issued a case number, and it's possibly still open. I'm not sure when this paperwork was pulled, um, but I imagine they've never caught a perpetrator on this. Hi, Muzz. Be safe. First that Mfongo did it, then a neighborhood kid and a BB gun. Right. Well, it turns out it was just smashed. There was no BB guns. There were no bullet holes. There was nothing like that. It was just a smashed window. And yeah, it probably was just neighborhood kids or something, smashing the window and nothing more. But there was no BBs found. There was nothing like that. It just says that they she just said that unknown subjects maliciously and intentionally smashed her rear window. So she just automatically assumed that it was malicious and intentional and smashed it. And I understand the cops coming out to the location on that because the car had been vandalized. There had been a window smashed. Hi, Maureen. Good to see you. She accused Mofongo and then said it was the neighbor. Yep. Well, basically, somebody who knows who just smashed it. It wasn't anybody online. Obviously, no, there was no BB guns. There was nothing involved. And who knows if it was the neighbor, it was probably some random kid. Who knows? But yeah, I would have reported something like that also. And a BB gun could smash it, but I would think that there would be some kind of a proof that a BB gun had smashed it versus just a normal smashing of it. I'm sure they inspected it enough with their flashlights and everything and looked for anything intentional to have smashed it. At least I would hope that they got flashlights out. I'm no CSI. I don't even watch the show, but I assume. So I find that very interesting because I had always heard the same things about that. So that report, and then again, she had the cops come to her home. This is the bottom one on August 24th of 2021. And wait a sec, let me just look at chat again real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything or miss anybody. I think I said hi to everybody. Okay. Yeah, I would think something would be left behind. And some, I don't know, I mean, maybe in the mess of glass, I would just think there'd be a way to tell as a cop. You're probably used to seeing the different types. people admitted that they did it and there was some sort of reconciliation. Maybe. And now let's see. This one on August 21st, 8:56 p.m. Upon the unit responded to the listed incident, location reference harassment. So this was she had the police come to her home for a harassment call. She was felt like she was being harassed and had the police come out. Um, Upon arrival, contact was made with the reporting person, Maria Vega, who advised that other unknown created a social media account with her name and attempts to make people on social media believe it is her account. Miss Vega was advised to contact the social media's corporate office and report the page in question. Ms. Vega was further advised to make all of her social media accounts private to avoid strangers getting a hold of any information or photographs. Case card issued, and this case was closed. Let that sink in. Aw, Joe and Kitty, thank you. So this woman, Momo, calls the police about somebody creating a fake account of her. She takes time away from the Miami-Dade Police Department to have them come to her home and report that somebody made a fake profile of her. Speechless. She took time away from the Miami-Dade Police Department to have them come to her home over a fake profile on IG. I talk about wasting police time, wasting resources. God knows what else was going on in Miami that day. I mean, I know at one time, I can't remember. I mean, I know Miami has a lot of tragedies, though. They had those condos, those horrible condos collapsed at one time. They have a whole lot of crime. They're a huge tourist destination. There are a ton of robberies and all kinds of crazy things that the Miami-Dade police have to deal with. And somebody in their 60s is calling the police because somebody made a fake profile of her. Now, granted, nobody wants a fake profile of them. That's absolutely true. But to have the police actually come to your home to give you common sense that you already knew, because Lord knows you've already been in everybody else's profiles by this point in your life and gathering information on everybody else, that you knew. How many fake profiles had you probably made at this point of other people, I wonder? You knew, yet you had the police come to your home because somebody made a fake social media account with your photo on it and your name on it. That's what you took the Miami-Dade police away from their real jobs of doing. And they're hard jobs, like I said. I mean, they just had a huge, all those condo collapses. That's huge. That's a devastation, in this country. That's one of the huge devastations of our country. And I'm not saying it happened in that time. I don't remember the dates it happened. I'm just giving examples of the things that the police in Miami have to deal with. and the cops tell you to get a hold of the social media owners, or get a hold of Instagram and report it to them. I mean, I'm disgusted. I'm shocked. Hi, selfie queen. It's good to see you. That Momo you would take away from the cops, have them come to your house. What kind of privilege is that even? Seriously, seriously, what kind of freaking privilege is that? To think you can call a cop over social media. What kind of freaking privilege do you have? Do you think you have that you're calling the cops over this? I mean, it's so freaking offensive. It's wrong. It's on so many different levels of your privilege and thinking that that's okay. Your ignorance and thinking that's okay. And the lack of respect for the police and the job that they do in your city to keep you safe. But let me just call them and report that somebody has made a social media account of me on IG. I'm not saying you have to love it. Obviously, you're going to hate it. It's going to piss you off. You're going to have all your friends report it. You're going to do the normal things that we all do when that happens. Hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm sure it will. I'm sure I'll freak out, but I'm not going to call the police. I'm not going to call anybody. I'm going to ask my friends all to report it. Like I just said, I'm going to handle it like an adult, like a normal human being. Call the freaking police. I just, oh my gosh. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Yep, a complete waste of police time. Yeah, Kitty, the things that the police have to do now with social media being such a big part of the job that they have of everybody wiling out. And Joe, they have their own police section for hags. Actually, they there might be a little bitty section in the Seaside Heights area for the Hag Nation. Maybe, who knows? I mean, the FBI just doesn't show up at people's houses out of the blue and don't start reports and things like that. So who knows? It's such a waste. I know, butterfly kisses isn't pardon me, I had to get a drink. What is the phrase litigious or what is the word for her, doing too much of these things? Yeah. I'm sure though that the police probably, like, just like Jen and how well the police know her. Momo would probably be like, "Oh my God, you've been to my house. You guys have been to my house like 50 times." Did I sound like Jen? I was trying to quote. Sophie, this is a year ago. This is last. I'm just going over some old police reports of hers that happened at her house where the police had come out to her house. The first one was a fake cop call due to a reality show that was all completely fake. Second one was she lied and said that Well, for a while, she had said that her car had been shot out. The rumor was Mofongo had shot her car out. Then it was a BB gun, and then it was neighborhood kids, and then it was, I guess, a neighbor, and they made some kind of re- reparations and stuff or something. I'm not sure, but the police report says that the window was smashed out um, maliciously and intentionally by an unknown subject. So she thought basically some neighborhood kid had smashed her window, but she automatically assumed it was somebody evil on YouTube. I wonder why. What what does one person have to do to piss people off so much to think that somebody on YouTube came and smashed their car windows out? What kind of guilt is pouring out of your pores to automatically think that it was malicious and intentional, and it was just smashed. There was no BB guns or anything like that. So that was a lie. And then this last one was a complete frivolous and fake call uh, on her social media on somebody. She said last August that somebody had cloned or that had made an account profile of her. And so she called the police because that's your natural instinct, right? To call the police if somebody fakes a profile. To thanks butterfly kisses. I couldn't either. I don't think, yeah, I don't. The only time I've really dealt with my police department is when I went down to see them to get a report for this next one. Um, when Maria called the police on me. Uh, but they didn't have it because what she did yet again is she called the Miami-Dade Police Department and had them come to her house. And let me get to the next screenshot and we'll start to go over that one. Right? I am too. My last department in Florida, I got pulled over, but they didn't give me a ticket. They just gave me a warning. And that's, yeah. I have, when you go through in Florida, they have the tolls. The tolls are all automated. So if you don't really need change, they'll just send you the ticket to pay it later. So I get those in the mail sometimes, but let's see. Okay. So I'm going to go through a couple of slides first before I get to my police report. Oh, wow, Selfie. Then tell him we apologize for this disgusting woman who uses up the police and the court's times very frivolously. And thank your nephew for his service as a police officer. Wow, between New York and Miami, those are some of the worst cities, most dangerous cities, and fun cities. Oh, that was slide two. Oh, I forgot I have another slide in between. This is fun. I forgot about this one. Let me find it. Where is it? There it is. Glasses. Okay. This one, I'm sure most of you guys have probably heard about this, but it's really funny. I think this was to get a restraining order, though. So this doesn't have in common. I don't know if the cops ever came to her house originally on this or whatever, but this report is an order of protection against John regarding the cats. And I'm going to be saying some trigger words. I'm not monetized, so I'm not worried about that. But I'll be saying the R word that ends in APE. Or maybe I'll just say that, I'm not sure. It almost doesn't sound right to say it because you're so used to hearing everybody say it like that. But that feels almost more natural. Okay, so let's see. I just want to get to it. There was no personal property or anything destroyed. The respondent is unemployed. The petitioner used to follow the respondent's YouTube. So, respondent, I guess the petitioner is the okay. The petitioner is Maria. The respondent is John. So let me try to read it like that. Okay, the respondent John Yates is unemployed, and the petitioner Maria Vega. Oh, this happened on hmm, oh, back in last October 2021. Okay, now finally, sorry about that. I keep stopping and starting. The respondent John is unemployed. Maria, the petitioner, used to follow John's YouTube channel. The parties have known each other since May of 2016. Maria is employed and alleges the following incidents have occurred as described below. On October 19th, 2021, the respondent, actually, let me get a drink of water before I read this because I might start laughing. I'm going to try not to. Okay. On October 19th, 2021, the respondent was on his YouTube channel. John was on his YouTube channel showing pictures of Maria's family. John pretended as if he got a text on his phone from Maria stating, I just got a text from Maria and she said she was going to steal my cats and rape them. Maria Vega works in Florida as an accountant and is going to rape my cats. The respondent, John, then went into graphic details about what the petitioner was going to do to his cats. The petitioner has video footage of this. Let me read that phrase. This is a quote from Maria stating it's a quote from John. If that makes so, Maria's telling the police as she's quoting John. I just got a text from Maria. She said she was going to steal my cats and rape them. Maria Vega works in Florida as an accountant and is going to rape my cats. I know cat rape really probably isn't funny. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't trigger anybody. I'm not laughing at triggering people. I'm laughing that I can't stop laughing at this. That I've always thought this entire thing was hilarious, and I apologize because I know some people could be very triggered. And I don't know why. I just want to cry laughing every time. I just got a text from Maria. She said she's going to steal my cats and rape them. Maria Vega works in Florida as an accountant and is going to rape my cats. Hey, Clark, hide your cats. Hide your social medias and hide your cats. Sam, I can't either. I don't know if you guys would be interested. It's only about 8 minutes, I believe, but I have the 8 minutes of John describing and laughing about the cat rape. And I'd be happy to, as soon as I can figure out how to share a video, I'd be happy to share it only if you guys want. I don't want to share it if you guys don't want me to. That's how I see it, Joe, but I want to make sure. I just don't I want to make sure the majority feel that way because it's just ridiculous. It's so funny. There's a little bit more on here. Let's see. The respondent, John, also went to Maria's work website, took a picture, posted it on his YouTube, and gave it to a friend. A month ago, he was also on his channel, said that Maria should be shot and buried. We all saw that. So she just, I guess, had a list of things, but the cat rape was at the top of the list. So please, anybody out there, speak up in the chat, in the bushes, if you find an issue with that. I'd appreciate it. Unless you're John or Maria or Anne. Okay, see. Butterfly kisses, he makes up lies. He's horrible. He completely talks out of his ass and he makes up lies. He did that to me. Um, he did it to Jules. He's did it. I bet he did it to Sophie. Unless she still talks to him, but I don't know. He really talks out of his asshole and tries to make things up and switch things around on the people that he wants to be his target at the moment. Selfie Queen, I don't know, but I did. I laughed so hard. I laughed, and I still, obviously, a year later, I still can't stop laughing. I don't know. I don't know. I hate laughing at anything he does too. But it's always, I guess it's just like I'm laughing at him. It's so ridiculous. And then I'm laughing at her and I'm laughing at the both of these jackholes being so incredibly stupid. And then we were going around afterwards and we were doing the hashtag justice for Phoebe, which his cat's names were Hope and Phoebe. So we were doing a hashtag justice for Phoebe, and she would get so pissed off. See, I've always done little things like that, like just I love a good hashtag or something, or a good name like Momo or something. And I think I've always pissed her off ever since our first little argument. Uh, I've always made her even madder because I jump on these little fun bandwagons that help annoy the fuck out of her, like Justice for Phoebe, and now with calling her Momo and different things. I doubt it, Butterfly, but you might want to look at the things, the terms of service, and see what the limit is on people asking for refunds. But at the same time, he also loves to talk. Like I said, he talks out his ass. He's never once ever done. Okay, Reagan, you got it. Um, are you on IG, Reagan? No, you're on Twitter. I didn't really use Twitter for this community ever, but then Maria doxed my Twitter a couple weeks ago because it's got my last name in it. Which, oh, that's right. I wanted to start this all off and introduce you. My name is Kellyanne Crawl. My last name is spelled Crull. It's pronounced crawl like a baby. I love to say it rhymes with Grohl, like David Grohl from the Foo Fighters, who I love. So I thought I'd introduce myself. And Reagan, yeah, I'll do that on a Twitter or something. I'm not going to give Maria. Maria has already doxed my last name, and there it is. So it is what it is. You can pronounce it cruel also. I answer to both, and I can be cruel. Amber called me when Amber was dissing me. One of them, the one I found really funny, she called me Cruella DeVille, and I have a Cruella DeVille T-shirt because, yeah, I answer to cruel, so why not? Cruel, crawl, whatever. Oh, Kitty, thank you. She is 99% of the time when she says Kelly Ann, she is referring to somebody else, but maybe 1 or 2% she's referring to me. But yeah, there's so many Kellys in the community anyway. So it is just easier if you say Kelly, I'm not going to think you're talking about me because there's like 20, at least 20 Kellys. There's like 5 Kellys that go by Kelly. And then there's got to be at least 15 other Kellys that use other names. I can think of like 4 offhand. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. You know that. I'm sorry. But yeah, many, many, many Kellys. So, it is Nikki. Like Nikki is too. I think by the 90s, Kelly had finally stopped being a popular name. I don't know. I always used to hate my name. So let's see. That was that one. Now we're going to move on to me. This right here is a screenshot that was taken last, I'm going to say November, I'm going to say. Yeah, like November 29th, maybe, or 26th. It was at the very end of November. You can see at the top that's Momo's IG, her other IG account. And then it just looks like a screenshot of some mods and people chatting. And on the bottom, it says Kelly, aka Cooch, making physical threats. So she was already saying my first name a year ago. Because I don't, was this the first time she said my name? Maybe. So almost a year ago, um, she was already starting to like tempt that doxing. But it says that Cooch making a physical threat toward her and it warrants a call to the police. So above them, you see my physical threat says, Maria, I can hire some people to F you up and shoot out your car again. It's not funny. I apologized. I was sincerely, if I would never actually want to frighten a person and make them actually think that I'm capable of violence. I don't own guns. I'm not a violent person. I've never been in fights. Uh, The last time I was confronted with a fight, I was in my 30s. I was a homeowner. Somebody's boyfriend was flirting with me in a bar, and all of a sudden I see her come charging towards me, and I hightailed my ass out of the bar, grabbing my friends on the way, like, let's go. This woman is chasing me. She's gonna kill me. I didn't do anything wrong. Oh my God, let's go. Hurry up. So I don't uh at all do that. But my buttons had been pushed so hard by this point, and I'm going to show you. And this was wrong, I shouldn't have said this, but obviously I can't afford to hire anybody. I'm not going to send anybody down there. I don't even know anybody in Florida, other than my relatives that just moved here a few months ago. So I would never send anybody where she was, or you know what I mean? It's just, and she's over 5 hours away from me. If I was still in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I used to live, 5 hours away would be 3 states over. So she's like really far away from me. Oh my God, Joe, so scary. The waiting is the worst part. The waiting is the worst part. The anxiety of how bad it could be, and praying. I'm sorry. So this also, I want you to pay attention to the different mods in here. You see Teresa, you see Sassy Nerd Girl, and you see Nurse Jen. Yeah, you see those three. So, and I may come back to this and show you why that's important. But just notice, I didn't actually say I was going to come down there. And the only reason I said shoot out her car windows is because I had always heard that her car windows had been shot out. I mean, if I just some rando had smashed her window, I probably wouldn't have said that. I don't know. I would have made something else completely, totally stupid up. Probably it would have gotten me in trouble because I eventually my mouth gets me in trouble in some way. So, so the reason we were all so pissed off because you look and see it says it's against the law to post minor children. It's not against the law to state someone's name, but it is against the law to post minor children. Did somebody tell real? And this is it. Teresa's asking Amanda if she told real because this is Amanda's um, channel and an old live of hers that she did that's no longer available. Um, so somebody, Maria had just doxed real Kareem Williams. She had just doxed his child. Maria loves to say that she never doxes people's kids until they show her family or her kids or whatever. But that was not the case at all. And I didn't pull the facts up because I didn't think about it until 20 minutes before the live. But I absolutely have it showing where Maria posted Real's kid before Real posted Maria's kid. Also, there is something to be said for Maria's kid being 30 and Real's kid being a minor. Is one more important than the other? No. Should anybody's kids ever at all be be put on social media like that? No. If somebody put my minor child on there and they had an adult child, I don't, God, I hope that I wouldn't be that dirty. I don't have kids. I can't say. I can't say what the mother instinct would make me want to do and what I would choose to do in that situation. But I would never, ever, 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 ever post a minor child ever. Never, ever purposely post a minor child. Sadly, unfortunately, accidents happen, but never purposely. So, moving on. And this is the police report that Maria filed on me. Okay, let me see. Where is that in my? There it is. It's just got. I just. I don't know why I put all. I crossed off my last name. I don't know why now. And then it says at the top, it's got that she's got the people that have offended her or whatever. It's got me as one, and then in the middle, another um as listed as a witness is Kareem Williams. No, you guys didn't see him anywhere in that chat, right? Hi, Beverly. Hi, Violet. Violet, I just read what you said too. Um, and then she's got his information that she thinks is current listed on there. And then at the bottom, it reads that the police officer was dispatched to the incident at her home address in reference to a dispute with a female, which would be me. Upon arrival, contact was made with the reporting person, Maria Vega, who advised that she had several incidents with the other person, Kareem Williams, who has his own channel on YouTube. The reporting person, Maria Vega, advised that Kelly Crawl, oh, she says Kelly Ann E. Crawl. That E, that E means something. That means that she got my information off of Facebook because that E only appears on Facebook and nowhere else in any of my legal or not legal or anything records because the E is not a legal part of my name. So that E I have only shared on Facebook. Um, so it says that I'm a moderator for Kareem, and Maria further stated that when she went to watch one of Kareem's videos, she noticed in the live chat a comment from me stating, Maria, I can hire some people to F you up and shoot out your car again. Reporting person Maria advised that she has a restraining order against Kareem, who lives in another state, and that I live in another city in Florida. Uh, Maria reported that she wanted the incident documented, and so they issued a case, and it was closed out. So she had the cops come to her house. Now, the lies on this. She lied. She lied. Maria lied. She said the big lie. You guys, did anybody catch the big lie? Hi, Rabbit. The big lie is that she said that it happened in Kareem's YouTube room in Real Entertainment News. She said all of this took place in there. Right away, when you look at it and you see that those mods were Teresa and Nurse Jen and Sassy Nerd Girl, and I don't. She might go by Sassy Gamer Girl now. I'm not sure. I forget. Sorry, Sassy, I can't keep up. Um, but or that's sassy anyway. But they were not mods for real. They were not mods for that channel. And at that point, at the end of November, I was also no longer a moderator for him. So none of us were moderators for him on that channel when she put this on here. She also did not ever have an actual restraining order on Kareem Williams. She lied. I don't know what the hell she did in court. I don't know what the hell happened. She said that she was, at one point when she was finally really, really held to the carpet, she sort of said something about she was just trying to get temporaries every month or something like that until she could finally get him to sign something, I think, or something. I don't even know. But basically, it was a bunch of harassment of a black man. Nope, Cindy, it didn't. And regardless of my feelings of that person, Kareem Williams, and our personal issues, what Maria did and the gaslighting and everything that she put this man through to say that there was a restraining order and that there was court, and the fact that she was trying to go and manufacture things. She was trying to manufacture things to the police to get more stuff for her to have information to try to prosecute him, to try to get this restraining order. She was making things up. And right here, she filed a fake police report. She filed a fraudulent police report because she knew damn well. She knew damn well that that didn't happen because she had also said somebody sent her the screenshot, and I ended up, and I'm not going to say who it was, but I ended up finding out who sent the screenshot. It's nobody uh, that I talked to or anything, or it's not even anybody that's in the community anymore, or anybody that I ever had dealings with actually. So it's no big deal, on that case. It's not like um, I was betrayed or anything like that. I wasn't. I said it. I admit I said it. I never lied that I said it. I immediately took responsibility that I said it when I saw that she had her own channel and that she had posted it on her channel, because she had a little channel on her account, Maria, that she kept lying about, where she would post these things, where she posted real. Now, this is just a couple of screenshots prior to all of this happening. This was, I think, over the summer. Just some reasons why she was mad at me, because Real had done a live, made a song up about her adult daughter, and him wanting to have adult entanglements with her. And the song was funny, and I laughed. And so Maria decided to post on her Instagram stories and post that I support a child, that I support her daughter being raped. So that was something that had pissed me off, and why I continued to sort of, fall into the hashtags and the momos of it all, because of things like this. She never took them down. She never went and said that I didn't support these things at all, ever. That's right, Reagan, you did. Thank you, and I would love that link. Awesome. Hi, not today, Satan. It is very good to see you. So, and then she had said, oh yeah, she was in a live. She was informed that Ren was going to rape her daughter. She made a post. Oh, this was her absolving JY. She made a post and then went back and listened. And although he never used the word rape, what he did say incited rape. He stated unwanted sexual acts towards my daughter without her consent. Call it what you want. John Yates and Cooch were in the chat at the time this was going on and stayed in the chat, continuing to comment and supporting this piece of shit, knowing what this piece of shit had just said. So, and I should have presented this before that other screenshot, because this was all the stuff that had led up to me stating that. And then she called John a liar, and oh yeah, because, Lord, whatever on this one. Who cares? Oh, and then this was just where she posted me on, I wanted to comment on this. She posted me on her thing and just said another one who loves to call her Momo, and I shouldn't talk because that's how I look. Um, but what I really wanted to comment on was underneath it, it said, is this Amber's sister? They have the same bangs. And I'm here to tell you all that, in fact, there's a very, 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 very well kept secret that everybody who has those type of bangs is related to each other. There, I said it. The secret's out. So, Anybody who has those kind of bangs, because those bangs are like so unique. They're so unique. So yeah. Anyway, yep, raking, no problem. I will. And let's see. I think I have one slide left. I'm gonna wait a second on this one and check some comments. Gosh, Joe, definitely gonna be praying for you. So scary. Freaking hurricanes, tornadoes, damn natural disasters, and they're just growing. She really has a criminal mind, right? Reagan, I might have seen, I don't know if I saw that or not, because I do remember things getting debunked or something. I just forgot. Or maybe I just heard her trying to sweep it away. Yeah, I definitely am going to check that out. Hi, Yasmina. Welcome. The last thing has nothing to do with uh Momo. Um Something that happened last week in the community that somebody did that really, 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 it wasn't directed at me whatsoever, and it has nothing to do with me whatsoever. But the symbolism and what this person did, nonetheless, it still hit me in a way that I've found so disgusting. Let me show you a picture. That that right there. It's a rainbow flag. It's a beautiful rainbow flag that represents the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm part of that community. I have family that's part of that community. Friends, strangers I have yet to meet. I've lost people from AIDS, two people I lost to AIDS back in the early 90s. Um, that flag means a lot to a lot of people. It means a lot to a lot of people, and you burned it. You burned it. Hi, Mims. It's so good to see you. I mean, not only the fact that somebody spent weeks, I heard that she spent weeks doing this by hand, and the symbolism of it for your son and his part and his his significant other. I guess I don't know if they were married. Um, his significant other's part in the LGBTQIA community that they're in with me and many other people. And the fact that you chose, of all things, of all things you could have done, the fact that you chose to put a lighter to this and burn it. Truly, 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 truly shows the lack of respect that you have for the LGBTQIA community. I'm not going to speak on my feelings on if I how I I'm not going to speak on your feelings towards your son because I don't know what those are. Sure, those are complicated, but the person that he loved is still alive and living in this world and trying to make it the best way that they can. They might have liked the blanket. Um, there's different places you could have donated the blanket to. Dee did this. Amber made Dee a blanket. Her son is part of the LGBTQIA community and passed away towards the end of last year, very sadly, surprisingly. And Amber made this blanket, it was the biggest one she had ever made. It was of the LGBTQIA flag to represent her son, and it was just a huge blanket that she knitted by hand of a flag of the LGBTQIA community, of which all of us are either a part of. Well, and even if you have loved ones there, you're still part of it. Most of us are part of that community, either by relation, friend, or in it, or whatever. We all love people that don't happen to be straight and that have other things going on. I'm shaking. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart looking at that burn. I Yeah, not today, Satan. Muzz, yeah, you made it safely. A lot of people in this community have criminal minds, but the disrespect that of burning this flag when I mean, really, you should have just you could have just given it to the person that your son left behind that's still hurting and loving your son and missing your son. And you could have donated you could have donated it to an LGBTQIA community. When I was in Cincinnati, there was a community called AVOC. It was AIDS Volunteers of Cincinnati. You could have taken that down, to some place like that. And I mean, I'm sure that, just lots of different LGBTQIA organizations that would have loved to have taken that as a donation for somebody that could have used it to maybe comfort themselves who had just lost a loved one through another tragedy and not the absolute disgusting disrespect of this flag that you did. If it could no longer comfort you because you and I get that. I get that maybe it couldn't comfort you anymore because maybe other things that you would think of. I get that. But that's the only slight tiny bit of compassion that you get because this really takes a piece of shit kind of human to burn a flag of the LGBTQIA like that, especially with the symbolism that surrounds it. So there, that's what I wanted to say about that. That was my last slide, and now I'm going to go through some comments. Muzz, did you mean, am I okay? Yeah. Just, it sickens me. Yep, sure was. Um, let's see. She can hate it all. The last thing I wanted to say is that I love Muzz, and I don't know what the hell a lot of people's problems are with Muzz because I don't see things the way you all see them. I think a bunch of you are crazy. I think a bunch of you allow yourselves and your own triggers to be triggered on triggers of triggers over triggers and triggers and triggers. We all get triggered over something, all of us. But the way some of you act and the things that are said and the way just to go off on people because they make a simple comment of something they saw earlier or because you think that they're plotting parts of something. And Jen Bailey, I swear to God, if you mention Muzz calling anybody one more time, then I'm gonna come on every day and I'm gonna remind everybody of your interference in the death of somebody's mother that was in this community who is now turned over to another community, and how disgusting you were to call the fucking people to interfere in the death of somebody's mother. You need to shut the hell up, stay quiet, sit down, leave Muzz out of your damn mouth, and shut the fuck up. Muzz is too smart and too intimidating. You're absolutely 100% right. She is way smarter. She can look at both sides. She can actually be non-biased. You know, a lot of people like to say that they're being non-biased, and they're not. Sometimes I think I'm non-biased, and I know I'm absolutely not. And looking back on it, like, oh, I was not. There's no way I wasn't not biased on that. Emma is a wonderful, amazing, beautiful soul of a human, and you people act like I don't even know. You're just she likes to ask questions. So sue her. Don't sue her. Don't sue anybody. But you know, I mean, big freaking deal. Just get over yourselves because Muzz is a damn good person, and I'm really getting sick of all the shit. That's right, Clark. Anyone that attacks the colors of the LGBTQ and their colors is a pig. That's you, D. You're not part of Clark's community. Mine, yeah. Muzz is the most fair person that I also know in this community, and she is a good soul. Absolutely. And it freaking triggers me every time I hear somebody say her name and they're not following it by how awesome she is. I swear. That's what triggers me. So, I guess on that note, I think that's all I have to say. I appreciate everybody for coming. My mods, thank you so much for modding, and all the people who actually took time to listen to me. Thank you very, very much. Oh, is there any questions? Probably not. Probably would have asked. Muzz, I'm sorry I made you cry. Muzz is going to hit her. Oh my God. Wait, before I say goodbye, Muzz is going to hit her. Uh, how do I remove this? Move. Mose is going to have all of her watch hours. She probably has them all right now. This morning, she was only 25 hours away. So hopefully tomorrow she is doing whatever she has to do for the filling out the secret monetizations of the club of monetization. And she'll be monetized soon. So excited, Muzz. You've worked so hard. Your channel is just a breath of fresh air. It's you, and we love you. And thank you, everybody, again for coming. And you all have a good Thursday night. I will see you out in the YouTube streets.